Hello, this is Lindsay Enita, CEO of Transparent Grace and creator of Real Life Faith Community on Facebook. Today I want to talk to you about you can't save him, baby. Too many of us, men and women, try to save people who really don't want to be saved. They have become accustomed to having people step in, intervene, rescue them from their issues to the point that they don't have to do anything. And it becomes habit. It is habitual that they, for an analogy, they swim out to the deep end, right? They swim out into the deep waters of the ocean and you see them drowning and you go out and you get them. And you do the things that need to be done to get them back to safety and to keep them safe on shore. And then the next thing you know, they go right back out there to that deep water. And they're out there flailing. And they're out there suffering. And they're out there losing. And then they ask you, please come help me. I need help. I need help. But let me tell you something. You can't change him. You can't change her. You're going to have to start looking at who they are, not who they could be. Who they could be is somewhere in the future. Who they are right now is what you're dealing with. Okay? Now let me tell you something that you may want to do, that I had to do. I had to learn how to set boundaries. And once I learned how to set a boundary, then I was able to let go of the responsibility of having to go back out to the deep end and go get people. I can't do that. You can't do that. You're tired, you're worn out, you're frustrated, but it's because you haven't set a boundary. You haven't set a standard whereby they have to reach it or they just can't be a part of your life. It's okay to weed people out of your life. It is. Because if they're not helping you, if they're not supporting you, if they're not protecting your heart and pouring into you, then that means that they're doing the opposite. And it's time we take stock of the people that we hang around, of the people that we are connected to, because if they're constantly pulling on you, then you can no longer live the purpose that you're supposed to live. God didn't put you here for you to be their savior. He is their savior. You are not their savior. Let him work those things out in them. If they don't meet the standard, give him the room so he can show up for them. You don't have to do it all the time. How do I know this? I know this because I did this in my own marriage. I did this with friends. I did this with family. And it never worked out. And I was always the one depleted. I was the one exhausted. I was the one praying. I was the one hoping that things would change, and they didn't. And I was the one hurt. And if you were anything like me or in any situation like I just described, you are hurt too. Well, it's time for healing. You can't change them, baby. You cannot change them. The only person that can change them is the Lord. Honestly, is Jesus. When folks say you need Jesus, they need Jesus. But guess what? You got to get out of the way so that he can get to them. As long as you place Savior in their life, they will allow it. And so will God, because you are the Lord of their life, no longer Jesus Christ. So I'm telling you right now, you can't save them because the only one who saves is Jesus. Get out of the way. I'm saying this with absolute love, but with absolute transparency and honesty, because it's time out for you being depleted. It's time for you to stand up in your purpose, to be a woman or man of God that is intentional about being and doing all that God said and called and created you to do. And the one thing that he did not create you to be is a savior. I love you, and I hope to talk to you soon. You put up as many comments as you want to, as many dislikes when they put that up. I'm fine with it, because this is something that will change your life. My name is Lindsay Enita. I'm CEO of Transparent Grace, and I am creator of the Real Life Faith Community on Facebook. Peace out. Talk to you later.